The life and sad ending of Vic Chesnutt. Vic Chesnutt was born James Victor Chesnutt on November 12, 1964, in Jacksonville, Florida, U.S. Though Michael Stipe had been a fan of Vic Chesnutt since the late 80s, producing his first two full-lengths, it took the Sweet Relief 2 tribute album to make a star of him in mid-1996. The album featured artists such as Madonna, Hootie, and the Blowfish, Smashing Pumpkins, and R.E.M. covering the songs of Chesnutt, a paraplegic who was injured in a car accident when he was 18. The singer-songwriter began playing contemporary acoustic folk around Athens, Georgia, soon after his injury. A show at the 40-Watt Club brought him to the attention of Stipe, who helped with production on 1990's Little and 1991's West of Rome, both on Texas Hotel Records. A documentary video of Chesnutt's life called Speed Racer was produced and directed by Peter Sillin in 1991 and has aired on PBS. Chesnutt's third album, Drunk, followed in late 1993, but the release of his fourth album was delayed by Chesnutt's membership in Brute, a project with members of Widespread Panic including David A. Schools, Michael Hauser, Todd Nance, John Herman, Johnny Hickman, David Lowery, and John Keane. After Sweet Relief 2 was released in July 1996, Capitol signed Chesnutt and released About to Choke, his major label debut, in the fall of that year. The Salesman and Bernadette followed in 1998 on Capricorn and featured Lambchop as his backing band. The record's poor sales led him to be dropped by that label, but Chesnutt continued to record, cutting an album with Kelly and Nikki Keneep called Merriment, which was issued in 2000. That same year, he teamed up with a longtime friend and admirer Kristen Hirsch for a series of U.S. tour dates. The following year, Chesnutt issued Left to His Own Devices, a collection of rarities, outtakes, and demos. In 2003, Chesnutt struck a deal with the roots rock-oriented New West label, which released his album Silver Lake in 2003. Ghetto Bells, which features contributions from jazz guitarist Bill Frisell and multi-instrumentalist Van Dyke Parks, followed in 2005. The following year, Chesnutt recorded North Star Deserter in Montreal. It was released on Constellation Records in 2007. Dark Developments, a collaboration with fellow Athens homeowners Elf Power, arrived in 2008, followed by At the Cut in 2009. Vic Chesnutt passed away on December 25, 2009. Vic Chesnutt and death were far from strangers, as anyone who has spent time with his 2009 album At the Cut will know. The Athens, Georgia singer-songwriter sang of death not as something far off and foreboding, but a constant presence, always close at hand. On Flirted with You All My Life, he describes his relationship with the Reaper in the manner of a man addressing his childhood sweetheart. I flirted with you all my life, even kissed you once or twice, he sang atop trembling violins and warm keys. To this day I swore it was nice, but clearly, I was not ready. At the risk of turning a personal tragedy into a political issue, it's hard not to draw lines between the details of Chesnutt's passing with the shortcomings of the current U.S. healthcare system. While insured, Chesnutt reportedly owed $70,000 in unpaid medical bills and had recently been served with a lawsuit by a Georgia hospital. Vic's death, just so you all know, did not come at the end of some cliché downward spiral. He was battling deep depression but also at the peak of his powers, and with the help of friends and family, he was in the middle of a desperate search for help. The system failed to provide it. For his friends and family, Chesnutt's death is a tragedy and a cause for anger. For the rest of us, it's just another sad waste, but thankfully his wonderful music remains, and if you haven't heard it before, now is not too late to seek it out.